Hello and welcome to our online demo of Cloud7 disaster recovery tool, providing you the ability to replicate data from any source environment to Huawei Cloud in real time. C7 DR tool on Huawei Cloud is an enterprise-grade DR replication platform which can help in achieving the best-in-class RPO and RTO requirements. One of the most important aspects of this tool is its support for replication from a wide range of source environments. These environments can be public or private cloud platforms as well as different hypervisors or bare metal servers. Another important aspect of C7DR tool is its easy configuration flow that has just 4 steps, starting from downloading of the agent and then the installation of this agent onto the replication asset, to the creation of DR plan, testing of the failover process, and then the final standby phase at which you can actually failover to Huawei Cloud if a disaster occurs on source or production environment. I will be discussing these steps in details during today's demo. What makes C7DR tool more attractive is its cost-effective replication, which only utilizes storage on Huawei Cloud for replication of the data from the source environment, while the ECS instances will only be spinned up when the failover is actually initiated. This process reduces the cost to only the storage that is being consumed on the Huawei Cloud and not the virtual ECS instances. Let's now quickly move to the demo of the C7DR tool. Here we are on the Cloud7's login page. In order to log in, you will have to provide your credentials. So I've just put in my credentials here, and here we go. So this is the dashboard of Cloud7 DR tool. On the left side, you can see a complete menu which includes the option to download agents. You can also perform the recovery. You can also look at the steps that are required to perform the failback after the failover. In addition, there are reporting related functionalities also available within Cloud7. The Cloud7 is also capturing the events which are being generated by the assets that have been protected for replication. You can also perform certain settings related to the account itself, and a complete help guide has also been provided. Now, how to protect and replicate a particular virtual machine or bare metal to the target cloud, which is Huawei. The entire process is summarized in these steps. The first step is the installation of the agent onto the virtual machine or the bare metal server that needs to be protected. And once you download and install that agent on the virtual machine, it will appear here under this default group. So let's proceed with this first step of downloading of the agent. Now there are 3 types of agent. A separate one if you are running VMware as your source environment from where you need to replicate onto Huawei Cloud. But if you don't have VMware, for the rest of the platforms, you can utilize the Windows or Linux based agents. For today's demo, we are utilizing Windows Server. So I will just proceed and download this. So this is the machine group that I just mentioned earlier. Now let's download it. It will just take a few seconds. And what we will do is I've already logged in to the Windows virtual machine. So here we have the agent downloaded. I will just copy it from here, RDP to the server, and place the file here. Now let's just quickly extract it. So the entire process is pretty simple. I mean, you just have to install it by clicking on it, and in mere few clicks, we are good to go. So here we have the agent deployed and it's simple. Now let's just look back how the machine will appear within the portal. As you can see here that the virtual machine where we deployed, the agent has been detected by Cloud7, but the status is still unprotected. We can start the replication, but before we do that, we'll just have to look at certain configurations at the group level, which includes the replication schedule itself. So I can actually edit the replication schedule, or I can go with the default one. We can set incremental and full replications for this particular group, and we can define different types of intervals for this replication to happen. But for today's demo, we'll just proceed with the default configurations for the replication schedule. The other option is the retention settings, which includes the option to define the restore points. So we'll just again skip the configuration and we'll go with the default one. Now this was at the group level. We can also set these configurations at the machine level itself. So I can actually edit the replication settings and I can also set the restore points. In order to protect the machine, I'll just click the start protection, and the replication from the source environment to Huawei Cloud will actually initiate. So now you can see that the replication has initiated and the data is being synchronized between the source and Huawei Cloud environments. In the meantime, we can actually look at the next step, which is the creation of the DR plan. DR plan is the place where you can actually define the specifications of this virtual machine after the failover on Huawei Cloud. Plus, you can also define the subnets under which this virtual machine will be spinned up. So here we have the specifications. I'll just utilize the ECS flavor that will be required at the time of the failover, and the subnet under which this virtual machine will be created. So it will fetch the subnets which are available in your VPC on Huawei Cloud. The next step is to add the port, and here we have the port, and I'll just click on save. So now the status of the virtual machine has been changed to protected, which means that the data between both the source and Huawei Cloud sites have been synchronized. The next step is either to run the test of the failover, which means that the Cloud7 has a built-in capability to actually perform the test of the failover process. But for now, we will actually perform the failover itself. So what we have to do is we'll select the DR plan that we created and we'll click on Run Recover. So we'll have to provide the name for the target site and then click on Run Recover. And that's it. So the status is now under pending and the replication and the failover has actually initiated. And here you can see that the DR site on Huawei Cloud has been successfully failed over and the state is now running. If I edit it, I'll see that the machine that we just replicated and then failed over is now in an active state in Huawei Cloud. So the process is pretty simple. I mean, this is it. You just have to perform certain configurations and then you're good to go. Thank you very much for your time today on this demo. I hope that it would have given you a better insight on how to use Cloud7 DR tool to protect your critical assets. Have a nice day and bye.